Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing multiple looks with my glow palette from Ensley Reign. Also, if you're interested, I'll be giving some thoughts at the end of the video, but we're going to get started. All right, I'm going with the Sydney Grace 3, the EO3 brush. If I got it wrong, I'll put it up there on the screen. All right, we're going to start in with Aura. Is it spring? Is it winter? I have no idea. This is really such a pretty shade. It's just like borderline pink peach. That is so pretty. Build it up a little bit. All right, spring hit and I had to change. Now the Cindy Grace Angled, it's the EO5. I'm going to go into Good Vibes. I'm just taking the tip and blend it into the crease a little bit. Now I have a Dose of Color small fluffy brush and I'm going to tap into Balanced. Now I'm going to go into Divine. All right, I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to tap into this corner right here in Manifest. Yes, in Manifest. I'm going to spray it. And this, I forgot to mention, is the Refer 28. Oh, ho, my goodness. Wow. I'm curious if I can build Divine up. So I'm going in with the Real Techniques. This is the Base Shadow Brush. Came in a trio years ago. So I'm going to dip it in here and I'm going to spray. All right, and now I'm trying to decide whether I want to go in with Create or Abundance. This one has like a pink to blue, and this one's just blue. I think I'm going to try the pink to blue. I think Create. And we're going to try the finger first. If not, I'm going to go in with a brush. And I'm just going to put it right between these two. All right, I've changed my mind again. I'm going to go into Manifest. I'm going to go into this one that's kind of in between these two. And then I'm going to spray the brush. And we're going to put that over the blue because that's not really what I was going for. That's a little better. All right, I am feeling like this is looking a lot like my look in the last video. So I'm going to tap back into Balanced. I want to deepen it up some more. And then I'm also, I don't know, I'm just having problems. I want to put something between the blue and the other shade. I wonder if Attract would help. I feel like that kind of looks like the shade that I had just put on, the middle one. I'm going to try just over here because I just want it to blend in just a tad bit more. So it's just not quite so harsh. I am going to tap back into this and blend the edges out. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not really sure how I'm feeling. I mean, it's pretty, but at the same time, it looks to me like the last look did almost. Maybe it's just because of the outer corner. I'm going to have to go back and do like a side by side. Granted, this is a palette that you're just going to basically get a pink, teal, blue look out of. But at the same time, I want them to look different. You know what I mean? All right, let's finish up the lower lash line. All right, I have a sweater brush and I'm going to tap into Balanced. have a Sydney Grace EO4, and I'm going to tap back into Aura. And for the inner corner, I'm just going to go in with Divine. That shade is so pretty. I am going to bring it down just a little bit. Okay, now that I use Divine in the inner corner, I don't know if it's going to come on camera, but it really has like a peach color to it. So I'm going to go in with the Refer 2 brush, and I'm going to go back in with Aura for the bottom lash line because I just want to try to pick up some more of that peach. And then I'm just going to use the same brush and just kind of bring some more of that peach. It's like a pink peach. For blush, I'm going to start out with Truffle from Dose of Colors, and I have just a big fluffy brush. I don't know why, I just really like the way that the big fluffy highlighting brush has been putting blush on. It kind of like blends it more into the skin. I sit here and doing my makeup and I think, oh, it's not hardly putting any blush on. And then I go to edit and I'm like, well, whoa, girl. Did you not see that? That is so pretty. But this is with the lower lash line, that Aura color. That's what, almost exactly like this. Now I'm going to go with the NARS Orgasm. It's the loose highlighting powder. And I'm just going to tap just a little bit on the brush. This goes a long ways. Yeah, I was afraid that the NARS was going to be a little bit too warm. So I'm going to go into Spring Magic, and I'm going to cool it down a little bit with Familiar. All right, guys, I'm going to go finish this up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is the final look. I have some thoughts. I do love the way it turned out. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it looks so much like the look I did in the first video. So I don't know. I'm gonna be kind of curious when I do the next look on how it turns out. But like at this point, when I'm looking at it, my only deepening shade are going to be like these blues. I know I used that one in the first look. So at this point, I'm kind of wishing there would have been a couple of more darker shades, at least one. Maybe like a burgundy to help with the pinks a little bit. And I mean, I get it. It's a pink, teal, and blue palette. I'm just wishing I just had like a little burgundy. I think the burgundy with the green and the blue also would have been pretty. But we'll see how it turns out with the next look. But besides that, the formula is so good, and I love the shimmers. They're very pretty. So I'm gonna do another look, and then I'm gonna give my final thoughts on what I'm thinking at the end. Let me tell you what I finished off with. The lower lash line, I went with Apricot Cream from Melt. For lip liner, I went in with Hush Hush Henna from Buxom. And then for lipstick, I went with Lotus from Wayne Goss. All right, guys, let's go on to the next look. All right, guys, today I'm going to go with Prosper and then these blues. And then I'm going to tap into this triangle part right here on Manifest. I will say this little triangle and this half, which one is it? Yeah, the yellow half. I have it. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Can you guys see the dent that I have in this one already? I need like a full pan. A full pan of that one. I love it. All right. All right, guys, I'm loving this look so far. I'm going to go in with the Bare Cheeks from Blend Bunny. And I'm going to tap into Baby Girl. Now I'm going to go into Spring Magic, the blush palette, and going in with Familiar. All right, guys, I'm going to go finish this look up, and I'll be right back and give you some thoughts. All right, guys, this is the final look. All right, I love this look. I want to tell you guys what I finished off with, and then we're going to get in. I have a lot of thoughts on the palette. For the lower lash line, I went with just a little bit of yellow in the middle from Moya Cosmetics. Then I went in with Ultra, also from Moya Cosmetics. Went in with Cafe for lip liner from Unearthly. For the outer corners, I went in with Laced from Melt. And for the center, I went in with Clarice from Cosmic Beauty. All right, this is probably my favorite eye look so far out of the 3 that I've done so far. I've done 2 in this video and then 1 in the first video when I was doing the swatches and that. My goal for this look was to go in and not get a pink look. That's what I was aiming for, and I'm very happy with it. The shimmer, it does have a tad bit of pink in it, but it's enough to make me happy. um, I do want to say that you guys know, if you watch my videos, I love Ensley Reign. They are my top favorite brand. The mattes, smooth as butter. The shimmers are so gorgeous and spectacular. I actually let me grab the Lands of Enchantment palette. Now, I want to say that I actually prefer the mattes in the Glow palette compared to Lands of Enchantment. They're just so, they just pop, you know, they're just so beautiful. They're so pigmented. They're so colorful. I absolutely love the mattes just attract me so much more, and absolutely reach for my Glow palette over my Lands of Enchantment. And that says a lot because Lands of Enchantment in my collection, it's like top 5 in Ensley Reign. I actually eventually want to do a ranking, but I just did a haul not that long ago, and I have some palettes that I still need to use to see where I'm going to rank them at. So if you guys would like to see the haul, I'll link it below. But once I use things a little bit more, kind of figure out where I'm going to place everything, I'm definitely going to be doing a ranking, but I would absolutely reach for the Glow palette. I will say that the shimmers, I do like the shimmers more in the Glow palette. But this one just has like more of a variety. You know, I this one, oh my gosh, Moon Magic. It's probably my top favorite in here. It is so gorgeous. So that is the one thing, because the shimmers, I'll get into the shimmers in just a minute when it comes to the Glow palette, but let me just swatch this for you guys, because I mean, how fabulous is that shade? I hope we definitely see this one come back in a future palette. Now, I am not normally a pink person. I do not usually gravitate to pinks, mattes, or shimmers, but there is something so special about the pinks in this palette. I absolutely love it. I didn't use any pinks in this video. In my next video, I am going to be using pinks, and I'm going to be pulling in a palette with it that I think is going to be a nice little companion. So if you are a deeper outer corner lover like me, it's going to be blue. That's just the one thing that I wish there was a yellow, like a mellow yellow shade in here. I would have loved that for today's look. Maybe, like instead of maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard, because there's nothing that I would change. I would just want to add. So I would have loved like a mellow yellow matte in here. And then I would have wished there was a burgundy in here. I think a burgundy with the pinks. I mean, even with the blues and the teals, I think that would have been so beautiful. So with that said, it's going to be a pink and blue palette. So if you love pink and blue, you're probably going to love this palette. I do want to say, because I know there's people out there that are intrigued with multi-chromes, but I hear you guys saying that you put them on and you're just not really sure what mattes to put with them because they shift. if you want to try multichromes and you're kind of scared about what mattes, this is it. Just this is perfect because I call this like in my collection, I call this a no-brainer palette because this summer, like it's hot here, guys, and I don't want to have to be digging through my collection. I want to get out of here early because I want to get back before it's super hot. I know I'm gonna just like pink, and a shimmer, and I'm out the door. Or a couple of blues, and I'm out the door. I mean, it doesn't have to be this extravagant. It's just something quick. That is what I love. So if you've ever wanted to try multi-chromes, but you're like, not really sure what mattes to use in that, this is it. You could tell they put this palette together just to use. That there, you're not going to get a bad look no matter what you mix and match in here. So I think I've covered all of my thoughts on the palette. Formula, fantastic as usual. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be using it again in my next video. But that's it, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will answer questions. If I can do a video to help you guys out, just let me know. I want to thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I hope to see you again. So be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.